So we're pretty much on the home run now. Just bear with us, we've got one more speaker. We've talked a lot in the NFSP about the importance of digital media and digital marketing. I've invited a gentleman who runs a post office in Edgware Road in London, and he's going to talk to you about what was formerly known as Google My Business. So he's a postmaster, he's a busy guy. He's also a teacher of mathematics. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dipesh Moda.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to talk about my experience and my difficulties I had during the pandemic time and how I actually came over. So, next. It's not working. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Google Business Profile, which is the new name now, previously known as the Google My Business. Now, think about it. Why we need this Google My Business? What is the Google My Business? So let me talk about these 4 points I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about what is Google My Business, my journey and its impact on my business, 3 important tools I use daily and 1 monthly to promote my business, and how to guide at the end of the session how you can set up your Google Business Profile and get the benefit of it. So first of all, what is a Google Business Profile or Google My Business? Well, it's a free page on the internet which lists all important things about your business. It's how customer finds you. So think about it that you probably want to go to a restaurant. You're new to the area and you're looking for a restaurant. What would you do first? You obviously will go on Google and try to find out best places in my area. And then you go through their Google rating to judge how good they are. So it's really important to make sure that we control it and we show the customer what we actually are, which is customer friendly, and we value their feedback, we value their business with us. But if they don't know that and just make a judgment on the poor Google rating, then we lost the business there. So it's really important to actually actively controlling your online reputation. Google My Business is your online reputation. It's your image. Customer sees you when they search for you. If you look at the bottom of the page, 30% of the local searches every day are 30% of them, and from that, 76% of the searches leads to a visit to your branch. It's really, really important. 86% of the people who search you on internet, on Google, actually find you through Google Maps. For example, I was coming here this morning, and the first thing I did is use the Google Map. So it's really important that we use this effectively. And the most important thing, which I love about this, it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay for it. Google does it for us, and all we need to do is just to manage it. And it's really easy to manage as well. I do all managing through my mobile phone. I don't need to log in to the desktop. So it's really important to have a Google Business Profile for your business. And it's getting better all the time. Here are the few benefits of Google Business Profile or having a Google My Business. You can have engagement with your customer through Google Business Profile. It builds trust with your customer. You can boost your appeal through having a better rating. It can teach you more about the customer needs. And there are a lot of these, but the one I quite like it is on the left-hand side or right-hand side here. It says it's a free advertising tool. So every time I want to advertise something, I take a picture and I put it on it. And I have to just take a picture using my phone, and it's out there. And next time I see it, it tells me there are 100 views or 200 views. So that means those are my future customers. There's one on the left here is you can track number of customers searching you on Google. Now because I'm a maths teacher, I quite like numbers, so I'm always going with the numbers. So last month I had 160,000 views. Now those are my potential customers because they are searching my business, right? So at one point they will come to my business as a physical visit if I have actually shown them a right image or the right impression they live with when they actually check me online. At the bottom right or left, I think, on your right, it says Google Insight. This allows you to track number of customers visit and their activity. So from 160,000 views, how many people actually made a phone call or made a kind of asked for the direction? You can actually check everything on it. Google Insight is a really powerful tool, but that is for the advanced users probably, so we're not going to talk about it at the moment. This is get ahead of your competition with Google My Business. Now, I don't want to say this, but I always check other post offices in my area and how their Google profile looks like, what is their rating, and then compare to my rating. Have they put any posts recently? How their reviews looks like, and I'll show you in a minute how the review normally looks like in the post office. Okay, right. So there are a lot of benefits. There are a few to mention here. This is what I'm going to talk about a bit more because this is my journey. And if you just take the half of the page at the bottom of the page, if you see it, so if you just compare, imagine these are the two kind of different post offices, right? Forget about the top at the moment. The one post office got 2.7 stars, and other post office got 4.8 stars, right? You can see a lot of negative reviews here. So imagine more than half of it, probably negative reviews. And over there, all of them positive, only tiny little dot is a negative. Which one would you choose? Right? Rather than taking anything, rather than taking anything else into account, just look at these two, compare this summary. Obviously, you're going to go to the right one. It's no brainer. Now, obviously, this is my post office before pandemic, and this is now, recently. I've got 765 at the moment, my reviews, because I constantly work on it. So what did I do? How I got these 2.7 to 4.8? This is what I'm going to talk about. So during pandemic, we were allowed to choose our timings for opening and closing. We chose to open, and we were closed for half an hour. One of the customers gave us a review, and I only found out accidentally because during pandemic I was looking to reach out to customer through social media, and I saw one review there. It was a very negative review, and it was my post office. So I asked myself, do you think my customer service is that standard? Definitely not, because I consider myself, I'm in par with Jeff Bezos when it comes to customer service. I'm obsessed about customer service. I want to give them best all the time. So this is not me. I've got to change it. I can't live it like that, but I don't know how to. I did a bit of research, and I found out something called Google My Business. And through Google My Business, you can actually reply to this customer and tell the whole world. It's not about this customer. It's about thousands of potential customers who will see this negative review and make an impression on my business based on that. And plus, nobody's replied to it. That means whatever customer says is right because nobody's fighting my corner. Where is the business owner talking about, no, hold on, this is not right, there's something wrong in it, right? So I had to reply to that. So now I know that to have a Google business profile, all you need is a Gmail account. And now it's easy because they are evolving every day. It's getting better all the time. So all you need to do is a Gmail account, and most of the time your business will be somewhere there on internet. All you need to do is to claim it. It's really easy. It takes 10 to 15 seconds just to claim your business. Not more than that. Okay? Now the question comes from 2.7 star to 5 star, because this is what I consider myself. My customer service is 5-star customer service. In my introduction, it says we are here to provide world-class customer service. Okay, in my post office, we want to be the best in London. That is my introduction on the front page. So how do I convert 2.7 star to 4.8? It's a bigger problem. I had a meeting with my staff, and obviously I told them, do you think your customer service is that substandard, 2.7? And if it's that, then we are a wrong match. We can't work together. We agree that no, we're not 2.7. We're in fact 5 star. Well, the world doesn't know these. Only us 5 people in this room, in the basement when you have a meeting, knows that we are 5 star. But our image is something else. Our online reputation is tarnished, right? And because I have been inactive. I haven't done anything, and that's why I'm 2.7. And this is the picture all across the board, probably. It's not that we are that bad. It's because we are not doing anything about it, right? So it was an easy fix, but thousands, it's a journey of 1,000 miles. Start with one step. Journey of my 1,000 reviews. Start with one review, right? So that's what we had to take it. So I said to my staff, okay, we're going to have a target. So I shared my vision. My vision is to have 1,000 reviews and 5 star. Right, this is where I want to go to. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to take 1 review per shift. That's it. No more, no less. Just 1 review. You serve how many customers in a day? Probably 100 to 200 customers. You've got 3 counter post office and 1 retail counter. So we have 23 shifts over the week. So I'm expecting 23 reviews by the end of the week. That's it, right? First week it didn't happen. Second week it didn't happen. Couple happened. So I thought, well, something is wrong. So now I thought we need to give some rewards here. So I bought 5, 6 vouchers, stuck in the office. Right? This is your reward. When you get 10 reviews, you claim 1 voucher. And I started tracking everything. I started focusing on review. I go to this Tony Robbins seminar. I said, wherever the focus goes, your energy flow, right? So we want to make sure that my focus is on these reviews all the time. So I started tracking. Every end of the week, I would say, hey guys, we've achieved 15 reviews this week. We are a little bit short, so can you make sure in your shift you at least get 1. Sometimes we had a week when we hit 32 reviews in a week, and that's a celebration. Go and buy coffee or something just to say thank you. It's really, really important. We set some competition there. We put some rewards, and we had a regular kind of update. So tracking is really important with anything. Now, because tracking is working from 2.7 to 4.8, I started tracking other things. I started tracking my banking figures. I started tracking my special delivery figures with some targets, and it works. It's like moving an elephant. It works very slowly, but I can see it's going up. Okay, so now there are a lot of tools I could use, but these 3 tools are really, really important. And one of the important one is Google rating and Google reviews. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. And then Google Chat is very satisfying, and you can do it through your phone and advertise your retail products. This is really important because I got this banner from my area manager. I was working on the business, on the banking, as my banking is, I'm working towards a target. So I shared this information with my area manager, and I said, "Do you have something?" I said, "Yeah, there's a banner," or I actually saw the picture in peer support group about having a banking banner or a flag. Sorry. So I said, "Can I have it?" I got it. I took a picture, put it in Google My Business, and then I see that my banking figure started going up gradually, because before people did not know. Now everybody's coming in with the banking. I've found a few new customers. So again, whatever you track, it will improve. All right, so Google review and Google rating. So currently most post office Google reviews are unanswered. As I said, it's to 2.7. When it says 2.7, there are a lot of reviews not answered. That means you're very inactive. You're not being proactive, although it's really easy to be proactive and work on your image, because it's your online reputation. If you're not going to work for it, somebody else going to work on it, and they're going to get the business. I mean, I'm lucky in my area because I'm the one very active. Other post offices not active because I keep an eye on them. So hopefully I'll be getting the new customers. Google actually scores the responsiveness towards your customer, and they reward you for doing that. This is really important. It's very important to manage reviews effectively. I'm kind of a person who wants to put something good out into the world. So I use this reply to my customer reviews to tell them how grateful we are having a business with you. Not all reviews are negative, so praise needs to be shared with colleagues. I always do that. If I get some reviews and it's mentioned staff name, I actually reply to that review with the staff and say, look, we're very fortunate to have this staff member with us. We're very fortunate to be part of the post office, and I am actually really fortunate to be part of this, and then sharing this knowledge with you is great, because it's win-win when I share something with you and I'll learn something back from you, which hopefully I will pick your brains at a later stage. Right, so Google review, it creates a very good impression when new customers sees your reviews. So it's really important. My second tool, which I love the most, and it's very satisfying, and it only works in a mobile phone. It doesn't work on a desktop because you can see chat. So customer can actually chat with you. So I get a lot of BRP customer, who is looking for their permanent resident permit. So they message me when they're actually arriving at Heathrow. They choose my post office from back home that we want to collect BRP from Edgware post office because of reviews they see. Oh, I'm not sure. So I get a message from them. Hey, Dipesh, post office. I'm looking for my BRP. Is it arrived or not? So I reply to them straight away. And as you can see, Google tracks speed of response and shows this to customers. So if you look for Edgware Road, it would say, typically reply your message within 1 hour. My response rate is 38 minutes at the moment. It used to be 10 minutes before, but now lately I've been busy. But I still make sure that every review has been answered and every message has been answered as soon as possible. So I get these messages from customers that my BRP is there or not, and I obviously tell them, we haven't received or we have received, and saving some time. But having this kind of service one-to-one, when that customer comes to the branch and my staff asks them to give us 5-star review, guess what? They're not going to be upset about it. They'll be really happy about it, and they will write very good messages because we've been working with them to solve their problem, in this case to getting BRP. And this is just an example. There are other 2 examples here on the screen. You can see that. The one customer, again, we are planning to come and collect BRP card. Has it been arrived? The other customer lost their card. So these are just 2 examples. I've got tons of messages like that, and they all leave with a very good impression of my branch, that we really care for them, and this is the most important thing for us. I was preparing this presentation and I came across these images. Right now, some of the images probably, you might have these kind of images, then you need to look for it. Like, for example, look at the first one, is Abergavenny post office, but there is no post office picture there, right? So this is easy fix. Just take your mobile phone, go outside, have a good shot, and do it. It's really easy. You can manage Google My Business through your mobile phone. It's really easy, not difficult at all. So these are the very easy fix. Let me show you how it looks like to the customer. So this is how it looks like to customer. On a one page, all the information there. All right, it's got your images, your hours, your contact number, the products, your reviews. Customers see your reviews. Google put best reviews at the top. So if there are only negative reviews, then we're in trouble. So we need to work on it and we need to get it sorted. Regularly, I put some posts there. You can see some posts on the right-hand side. So I put some posts every month or every now and then when I want to get some messages out. Sometimes I praise my staff. Sometimes I share my target with my customers that, look, we're on a 4.8 at the moment, and our target is 4.9, and to get 1,000 reviews. And thank you so much for your help and support and those kind of things. But I regularly put some posts there. This is an example of some retail product you can put there, or any kind of posters you want to advertise, then it's a really good way of telling customers. And every image you put there, you'll be able to see how many views that image had. Okay. Right. So what have you learned today through this presentation? Google My Business is absolutely free. Google Business Profile absolutely free. It drives extra customers to your doorstep, and it's easy to manage. And one of the most important things, which is not here, is it builds trust in customer, right? So you have a better kind of trust with your customer will trust you more when you actively engage with them and reply all your reviews as soon as possible. Now, I'm here to help and support. So if anybody's looking for extra help and support to set up your Google page, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can also contact Andy, who works for Post Office. He's also more than happy to help you. So either of us, if you give us a call or shout, we'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dipesh, for that. So that pretty much brings us to the end of the retail show. I think, given the fact that every one of our speakers hasn't had a chance to rehearse, I think they've done an exceptionally good job. So perhaps you'd just like to show your appreciation.